Good evening, wizards, Cadenians, ladies, and gentlemen. Now, I don't know who let the dogs out, but today we're gonna talk about the Kawaii K9s and the Pitbull Bushido collection. I'm here with Matthew. What's up? And thanks for stepping by.
Hey, well, thanks for the invite, Noah. Glad to be here.
Yeah, man, there has been happening a lot since the or our last talk. I'll be glad to check out the new website and you tell us a little bit about it.
All right. Well, Christina and I, we've been pretty busy over the past couple of months. Of course, with Christmas and New Year's, we had some traveling going on. Unfortunately, Christina, when we were down in the islands for Christmas, we were down there to do some of the work that we do. Um, she caught dengue fever,
Mm-hmm.
and that really laid her up because she's had it before in the past, a different strain of it when she was in another country, and so we've we kind of fell behind in some of the stuff that we were wanting to work on due to that, but we're catching up now. Recently, we just redid the website. We're back on track now. Christina is currently working on the Pitbull Bushido characters. We do have several of them already done, and we're looking forward to launching that project soon. I'm just going to give you a little bit of a rundown on the website here. Currently, as you can see on the tab I have open, we have a Kadena roadmap available. This is the same roadmap or update that I posted on Twitter,
Mm-hmm.
and there's also a link to it on our Discord. You can go there and you will see all of the updates about everything that we're doing. So I'm just going to take you through that real quick if I can. And let me go ahead and see if I can share another tab with you.
But it looks
Um,
awesome, the new website and the design. So great job on that.
well, thank you. I appreciate that. And I'm going to go ahead and just open the PDF file to make it a little bit clearer for everyone. So as you can see, we're just getting into the groove of starting to promote the Pitbull Bushido collection. So on Kadena, our first project, of course, was the Kawaii K9s, which they are still uh, available on Mintit right now. And we're minting those out at 5 KDA each. We are planning to keep doing things the way we have for now. So those are still available on Minted. I know that there's some, people that are concerned about some different things, but we're hopeful that some of that gets worked out soon. But for now, we have that collection available. But the Kawaii K9s was our first collection on Kadena, of course, and then Angel Doggos. So if you go through this layout we have here, it's a PDF file available on our website, on Discord and Twitter. It kind of just gives some of the brief explanations of what we've been working on. Of course, there's links. So if you hover over the link, of course, to Discord, that'll be an invite. So if you have not yet joined our Discord, please do that. You can just click the link there. It should invite you directly. Um, for an update on Kawaii K9s, because we have currently minted about 40% or just around that number.
Yep.
We wanted to include some amounts so that people can see where the money has been going, what's been coming in. So with the Kawaii K9s, of course, we've sold a few this week as well. So this is pretty much approximate as of now, around like 3,200 something Kadena from the Kawaii K9s collection. Of that, we have already sent out
A lot.
over 1,200 Kadena in various prizes, free mints, our Christmas 12 days of Christmas giveaway, different bounties that we have, and then bear in mind we still have about 350 Kadena in bounties still available, and so I'll be bringing that up here as well in a minute on our website. You can go view that, be looking for some bounties. And then this will also be leading us into the Pitbull Bushido collection, which is the next collection that we will be launching. We do have some information on that front that I cannot currently share anything about yet because we've been working on that behind the scenes. But I can tell you, and Noah, you know, because you've been seeing some of the previews, some of the
Yeah,
artwork
it
done.
is dope.
It is done. I think there's some pretty cool characters. The plan that we have is to launch the Bull Bushido in to 7 different drops, each drop
Hmm.
based on one of the 7 virtues of Bushido. So I believe the first virtue would be justice, I believe it is. And so then each of the 7 drops will also have basically a running theme or color in
Hmm.
addition to the virtue. So the first color that would be blue, I believe. So that's kind of the overall color you'll see throughout that. It'll be a blue color palette. Other color palettes, as an example for courage, is red. So you'll see different variations of red colors as well. And our plan is to drop this collection into 7 different consecutive drops. So how we're going to go about that is a little bit different, I think, than other people have before, because it is going to be a series of one of ones, but because they're all going to be basically one of ones, because she's doing each of the drawings. Because of that, because we're not layering these like we did with the Kawaii K9s, where there's going to
Hmm.
be trait groups and stuff like that, we will have trait groups, but it'll be mostly divided down into the virtues that these characters have. It'll be more like when you mint one, you'll have one of 50 or one of a set amount, so that you will have this one character. Now, each samurai will be named. And they'll all be named after famous Japanese samurai throughout the years. So we do have, as an example, a Tokugawa character. So he will be probably one of the highest ranking samurai, of course, because he was the most well-known warlord of ancient times.
Hmm.
And so we are going to have each character will have a name. He will have a virtue, and then that will be divided across the 47 samurai. Now, of course, 47 can't be divided by 7 evenly. So the last collection, the last set, will be the most rare because that would only
Hmm.
have 5 characters. Um, so if there's any questions on that, I can answer that real quick, and then we can move along to the next section.
Yeah, sure. Um, so for each drop, could you explain that again? How many are there gonna be for the drop?
So as an example, if we do the first drop, which would be, I believe it is justice. I have a chart on the wall over here. We have it all storyboarded out, but we have 7 characters that would drop. So if you see here on the page, that is an example. I believe that one is courage. When that virtue drops,
Hmm.
we would be dropping 7 different characters,
Ah, all right.
but each one you would have to mint from. So you would have to go to, courage samurai number
Ah,
1,
get it. Yep, yep, yep.
courage number 2, courage number 3. After you mint, you would, and the wallet limit will be set to 1.
Hmm. Makes
So
sense.
you can only get 1 of each. So or at least each wallet can only get 1 of each. So you would have to mint. You'd have to go to each one to mint each one. We were originally planning on doing it like a digital trading card game, where
Hmm.
it would be a blind mint, and then afterward you would have to trade with one another to complete your set. But we figured that would cause too much confusion. I have a hard enough time keeping people straight with the free mint giveaways and all that stuff. I can't
Yeah, yeah.
imagine the mass confusion I would be dealing with if I had people messaging me every day going, I have this, I have 2 of these. Why do I have 2 of these? And I need, like, okay,
Hmm.
It's not going to be a blind mint. You will know. We're not going to set the reveals until after you've minted, of course. So you won't kind of know immediately what it is until after you get it. But basically, just think of it like this: every month, starting we
That's great.
hope in March, every month will be that month's theme.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be that month's virtue. Upon the release date of that month's virtue, you will log in to a certain website, I won't say which, uh, and you will see 7 characters show up. And then you will have to mint one of each from that collection. I hope that kind of explains it a little. I'm trying to explain it. I'll probably eventually just when the time comes, I'll
I
make a
got
video
it.
explaining how it's going to work. But it should be pretty clear when the time comes. So in the end, what'll happen is every month when a virtue comes out, you will have to log in. You will have to mint one of each of the virtue for that month,
Mm-hmm.
and then you'll have your 7 in your wallet. And then next month you'll log in and you'll have to get your next 7. So then you'll have 14. And then so on and so forth until the last set of 5 come out, and then you will have your 47. Now, as far as what we're doing for pricing and what we're planning for the future, of course, if you have a Kawaii K9, you're getting 1-for-1
Yep.
free mint from the collection. So I know some people have more like around 50. Some people have like 47 already. Some people have 50. I know one individual has like 100 of them, which is awesome. I feel very responsible to try to make sure that I get this project done well, especially for that person, because like I know they're really invested in this. But if you do have 50, then the entire collection of Bull Bushido will be free to you. Now, I recommend that some people, if you can, do try to collect some Kawaii K9s up, because the Kawaii K9s are, 5 KDA. We do have free giveaways. Of course, we at Christmas time we did a 12 days of Christmas giveaway.
Yep.
We also for Black Friday we had dropped the price down to 3. Currently, they are unminted, and they're being minted there. Of course, uh,
Waiting on the
there's
reveal.
we're
And
waiting on the
all of it,
reveal
yeah.
still. I know that. So I'm hopeful that some things get sorted out soon. But all I can say is I do have a backup plan. I do have a backup plan. I can't really say what yet, but if things don't really work out, don't worry. If you do have a Kawaii K9 and or if you would like some and you're a little concerned at the moment about
I
different
just got
things,
myself one.
well, thank you. Don't worry about it. We do have some options. I have been talking with some people in the background, and uh, we have plan B, plan C, plan all the way down. We have several backup plans, so those will be continued to be available come what may. So I don't necessarily recommend that you buy more than 47, because after you have 47 Kawaii K9s, the value is basically hopefully a resale value for you in the future. But we made the Kawaii K9s basically as a way for us to raise the funds that we needed
Hmm.
for different things that we have planned. That hasn't really gone entirely according to plan, because everyone's struggling right now with launching their projects. We, however, did surprisingly well, and at least in my opinion, because I was not expecting us to have sold almost half by now, so that's great. It's been a big blessing to the
Yep.
both of us. Of course, we also have Angel Doggos. Those currently will not earn you anything with the Pitbull Bushido. Those will get you your free customs, which Christina's got a little backlog of that right now, but she's been working on that as well. She's very busy. But appreciate all the work she does on that front. But with the Kawaii K9s, you will get free mints. So the Pitbull Bushido currently, I can't set the price. My plan was to say that the price for Bull Bushido would be 10 KDA each,
Mm-hmm.
to make it higher. My original plan was to make it 5, but then I wanted to make having Kawaii K9s be more of a benefit.
Yep.
So
Yep.
basically, you're getting a discount for a future collection. I will still stick to that, but for the final price that has not been set yet. I'm going to talk to a few people about that, try to feel it out. But Pitbull Bushido will probably be anywhere from, let's just say, somewhere, it'll be more than Kawaii K9. So having a Kawaii K9 now will basically earn you a free mint of a greater value in the next collection. The next step in this collection is, after all the 47 samurai are out, we are planning, and we're already working on a character card set. So these would be physical trading cards, if you
Mm-hmm.
will, similar to Pokemon style, where you will have the NFT's image, and then you will have their name, the virtue, possibly some strengths, maybe something, maybe a little story about that individual character. There's a lot of thought that we're trying to put into these. Uh, the cost to print these, depending on how many sets we end up needing, can run a little high. It's currently, it's looking like a couple to a few thousand USD for all of these. So
Mm-hmm.
we're looking at you know, later this year, beginning of next year, before we'd be able to get to the point where we could mail these out to holders. So we're trying to develop it into a game, but of course, it's hard to make a game just out of one
Yep.
character's cards. So I'm not trying to oversell it. I'm not telling you, hey, we're making a card game. This is going to happen. All I can say is, like, for now, we're making the first set of character cards. What I can say is that we do have a plan for a digital game
Mm-hmm.
in the future. I have a plan. It's always been in my mind. I know exactly what I want from a digital game. I can tell you. I mean, if I could find the correct developers to work with,
Well,
I know exactly what I want, and I think it would be pretty cool to have. It would be samurai themed or Japanese themed. We would also have other characters from other NFT collections. We do have other collections in the works. I don't want anybody taking my ideas, so we're not going to say too much there, but we do have a lot of ideas for different characters, different sets. We have a lot of ideas, but hey, there's a lot of stuff that we're working on. And then, of course, as you can see, we're planning to continue to work on our projects and build on Kadena. And yeah, we're not going anywhere. So if you have any questions, just shoot them out, and then I'm going to go ahead and switch over to the website so I can take you through some of the bounties we have left.
every month there's gonna be a drop, right? So before the card game would come out, it's still 7 months, so you have enough time to build. And
Yeah.
what I think is also gonna be awesome is that in 2023 there's gonna be so much built on Kadena, and we will now be able to mint those first characters, and then heading later, those will also become more
Yes.
valuable, even if the last one may be the most rare, you know. So this is awesome. And you've been talking about merch, right? And um, earlier today, I thought about it, and I was like, well, merch is always great, but if you already have those cards, you can have some merch around it, like
Yes.
card box or different stuff.
Well,
Um,
I won't. All I could say is I've been talking to a few different companies, both, basically around the world, uh, to companies in Japan, of course, in China, the cheapest place to get them made.
yeah.
There's a company in the U.S., which I believe I think what they're doing is they're just taking your order and they're placing it in China. They're getting it and then they're sending it to you. So they're just playing the middleman.
Yep.
But I'm trying to go all out. So like it would be a tin box. I will say,
Mm-hmm.
hopefully a metal box of some sort, and it will have its own unique stuff on it. Uh, Possibly maybe even like a fold out booklet that would
Mm-hmm.
also come along with it, explaining something maybe of the storyline
Yep. That's
that
dope.
we have built. Then when you open it, the packaging, uh, whether that's a tin box or whatever it ends up being, if I can afford it, it'll be a tin box. And then you will have the cards. Now the cards we're going to try to do. Christina, as she's doing the coloring, she's keeping the layer separate because we're going to do a holographic layer
Mm-hmm.
on the cards.
Dope.
So similar to what you'll see in the NFT styling, because I know you've seen some of them. We we have some metallic textures in the NFTs. These are drawn, of course, digitally.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing is uh, generated. It's all drawn. The only thing that I will say is not drawn, or at least not in all the in all the NFTs, is the backgrounds, because the backgrounds are pictures that I took in Japan. My family and
Mm-hmm.
I we've been in Japan from on and off for many years. My sister used to live there. So you'll see like Japanese castles, cherry blossoms, different flower parks,
Mm-hmm.
or garden scenes or whatever. These are pictures that we actually took in Japan. So that's a little bit of an Easter egg, if you will. We're trying to coordinate some with some of those things. Some of the pictures, of course, will be drawn to get a specific view that we're looking for, something
Mm-hmm.
specific that we're looking for. But generally speaking, they're all a lot of them will be pictures from Japan, which may end up being another trait group. If you have a castle in yours, it might give you a protection bonus.
Awesome.
So
Yeah, man,
there's
why not?
things. It's one of those things we're trying to work out.
Mm-hmm.
So we're working on that. But yes, merch. With the merchandise, we are still planning, of course, a t-shirt line, basically, a few other items as well, maybe some phone cases or what have you. Phone cases are hard because they're always releasing different
Mm-hmm.
phones, and that's kind of something that's a moving goalpost. But we are planning to release merch for each virtue. So say you wanted a courage shirt, the plan would be to have one of the characters on the front,
Mm-hmm.
and then on the back, we would have the color solid of the virtue. So, say it's red if it's courage, we would have the symbol for that in the corner, and then in text in English and maybe in a few different languages. You could help me with German, maybe. uh,
Definitely.
to, to do it, specifically, maybe have a few different languages available for the meaning of the virtue on the back. So people see you coming, they see a samurai with a pit bull's head, and then they see your back and they'll see, courage, this is virtue, the virtue of the Bushido number, whatever, and heroic courage, and has a little text on that. So that's kind of the idea for some of the merch, mostly t-shirts, because I like to wear
Yep.
t-shirts, graphic t-shirts, and so that's one of the things we do have planned.
Awesome. And as you said at the beginning, um, maybe about the game, and in general, people are sure glad to help you out. So maybe if anyone out there is here to help, I'm sure you would acknowledge it, because
Yes.
you talked about Minted and maybe about the game. We know the arcade is here and all of that.
Mhm.
So there's so much
Well,
happening.
we are talking. I am talking to a few different people. Nothing, of course, concrete yet. But we do have some plans. I did speak to one developer a while ago, and then I do have some people I was talking to as well about using the characters that we have. Of course, neither Christina or I, neither of us really know how to do any of the pixel characters
Hmm.
for like game, like all those files that you would need. It's
Yep,
not
yep.
really our area of expertise, so that would have to be hired out. I have spoken to a few people who do that, about helping us out, by, of course, we'd be paying them, obviously, but making those characters based off of the samurai.
Mm-hmm.
So in the end, your NFT of a character will be a collectible, because you will have an one of the characters of the representations in the game. Now, there again, I'm trying to underpromise because I have a lot of plans, and it will require, like, I know for a fact that it's going to require thousands of dollars to make a game. That's why it's punted. So the game, I will say right out the gate, don't expect it anytime soon. I'm going to need some money. I'm going to need to. I'm going to need Kadena to go up in value substantially between now and then. Like, I have enough KDA in my savings wallet. I do have a savings wallet that I try to put some into as time goes on. Unfortunately, I'm so generous that I
Yep.
keep doing giveaways, so
Me
it's
too.
kind of haunting me. I mean, for crying out loud, I've given up what I put 1200 something in the giveaway. I know it's actually more than that, because
Mm-hmm.
I know that I've given out KDA that I can't even remember. So hopefully, as time goes on, the Bull Bushido collection, there again, another thing is the Kawaii K9s. If you have them, they're free, uh, depending on how many you have. That being said, we haven't set the final value for the Bull Bushido as far as how many there will be.
Mm-hmm.
So I do know, but I do know that there will be more than there are Kawaii K9s. So we will be selling Bull Bushido as well, out of these collections. So then, if all goes according to plan, and we're able to mint out each virtue uh, after all the free mints have been made, and then it goes into paid mints, we should hopefully by the end of the year be able to do the card set. Um, Merch will be sold rather than rewarded.
Mm-hmm.
So you would have to basically buy a shirt for a particular character you liked on our online store, which we'll be building, of course, as well. All of that, all of the money that comes in from that will be going into two different pools. One would be, of course, for the cards, which would be first, because that's what I've been talking about this whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Excess from that, of course, is we're trying to save some KDA up for the future as well. So of course we're putting some of the profits into our own savings account wallet, and hopes for the future that it goes up quite high, so that we too can maybe have a brighter tomorrow.
We
But
gotta wait till the bull run. It's not too
yeah,
far.
I gotta
So,
wait around. Well, see, that's the thing. That's why we're trying to work now. Like I said, I can sell NFTs today, even today. There was another one that just sold. That may have been you. 5 KDA.
yeah, maybe.
Now, if Kadena was worth $100 a coin, I'm not going to be selling
Mm-hmm.
NFTs for 5 KDA in the future, at least not often. So now's the time. Today
Yep.
is the time to be doing this, not in the bull run. I know a lot of some it just kind of confuses me, because I'm like, guys, now's the time to be working on this. If you
Now it's
want to
time to whale.
set yourself up. Say what?
Now it's time to whale some NFTs.
Yeah, do it. So on that note, I'll go ahead and take you real quick to the website. So, of course, we have our story. So it kind of just tells our backstory a little bit. My internet's a little slow, so it'll take a second to load up here. But then you can click around on here on the website, and it'll take you to different things that we have. But for bounties, this is where we have some bounties listed. Currently, we do have one bounty available for, if you look here on the upper left, that is Diamond Betty. She is actually in the collection for Angel Doggos.
Mhm.
The award for finding her is 50 Kadena. Other than that, we do have a few one-of-ones that have already minted. We do have, of course, just some funny characters, fun characters, that we did. Some of them were found instantly. As an example, the Kadena Mining Club's Easter egg NFT.
Yep.
I did not know how the mint was going to happen. So when they minted at the beginning, I didn't realize that they were going to be minting like basically from all over the place.
Hmm.
And so the Kadena Mining Club NFT right here was like one of the first ones to go out. And so at the time, I didn't have the extra money, but I had already said that my plan was to give an award of a free KMC NFT to the minter. And I was thinking, oh, well, this is going to be down the road. I mean, there's 1,500 of these guys. It's not likely he'll be the first one that mints. Well, then here we go. It comes out like literally in the first 50 that were minted. So I sent that one out fairly
Hmm.
early on. Of course, the Bull Bushido character we have, if you kind of see in the background there, that's one of the castles that kind of gives you a little bit of an idea. So say he'll have a protection bonus in the potential of a future card game or digital game. There again, that's all stuff that we're currently working on in the background. We threw some political ones in just for fun. Just, have
Yeah, man,
fun.
but I have to jump in. The art is really amazing if you just look over those, and in general, if you're over onto Minted and scroll down and check out all the different trades and the different backgrounds. I really love it. And also a shout out to Frankie, who's been supporting the
Oh
Kawaii
yeah.
K9s. Yeah, man. And he really wanted me to get you on again. So shout out to you. And also shout out to you, Matthew, for your whole transparency on the project. Um, since the beginning, also with the bounties and giveaways. I know it can also be hard if you give away a lot of Kadena and still gotta build and all of that. But yeah, you've kept your word. You are still building, and I am really excited for the dude, for the pit bulls. I mean, what you could also do is I don't know, go up one Kadena for each drop. So
That's a good idea.
now it depends if you want to do this, but I think this could help Mint out. Now, what I was also thinking, if each wallet can mint one, now I don't know where Kadena is gonna be in, let's say, 6 months. What if there's 10,000 more people on Kadena? Is it gonna be?
That's the thing. So this is where I'm going to need to look for someone who can help me with this,
I mean,
because
it's
I
still
will be
time until
looking.
then.
There is someone. Well, I will need somebody's help for this. I can do it, but it's going to be very tedious the way I have to do it. And that is, I need to find out how many different wallets hold Kawaii K9s. I
Mm-hmm.
need to know how many holders there are. Now, I should be able to know this once a marketplace is out. I should be able to know how many holders there are. In some instances, I can, how many unique holders there are. I don't know if there's a way for me to know that now without doing it manually.
I
But
think,
that's something I need to know,
I mean, I'm
because that will
guessing.
set the number of how many of each character there will be.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have to make it so that it is possible, that it is at least possible for every holder to collect a free mint from each character set. Now, that being said, let's say we have 75 or 100 unique holders right now,
Mm-hmm.
which it's possible that's around the number, because I know we've minted like 580
Eight, yeah, I
something
think. Yep.
now or something like that, because there's 1,500 and we have like 921 remaining or something like that. So it's possible that we have maybe 100 different individuals who hold Kawaii
Mm-hmm.
K9s. If that's the case, then do I say that there are 100 of each character? Or do I say there's 150 of each character? Or do I say there's 50 of each character? And well, you have to be really quick to claim that free mint.
Yep.
Which is it? And I think that's going to be where it kind of comes down to is what do I think will mint out? I do believe that minting out will be the best propellant
Mm-hmm.
towards a successful project. Um, the Kawaii K9s, I was really I was hopeful. Of course, we poured a lot of time into this. Christina did a lot of work on this, trying to make it something fun and special. But I was actually pretty surprised that they did move, because we did start out originally on Ethereum. We did have one collection that we launched over there,
Yep.
basically as a test run to see how NFTs, layering, trait groups, kind of to understand. And we didn't want to launch on Kadena and because our goal was to launch everything on Kadena, and we didn't want to make our first project launch on Kadena and have it be a total, freak show. Just
Mm-hmm.
everything's messed up. So we went over there. We did a trial and error. You can see on our website, if you go to our Bull Run Bulldogs, this was a one-off collection that we did over there. They are available. They're already all minted. I minted them myself because of the contract. I was able to mint them into my own wallet. So I mostly have these as giveaways over there. So they're kind of similar to our theme. It's the same basic concept, the basic
Yep.
idea. These were layered. So all of these were layered in a generator, and we had different traits, we had different backgrounds, we had hundreds and hundreds of different things, and there was 1,250 of them. And so we we launched that basically as a trial and error to how does this work? How do NFTs work? How do layering work? And you can ask a lot of people, you can watch YouTube videos, but sometimes it's easier to just do it and
Yep.
learn from it. So
Definitely.
that collection, it's available. They're available. You have to buy them from me. So you can go through them on OpenSea and see which character you like.
Mm-hmm.
They're like $10. I think it's like 10 or $13, like 0.01 Ethereum, I think. And we did that to learn how this works. So that you could see that even in our test run, that was a lot of work, because those were layers and layers and layers that we did, and we generated them and we did all this work, but there was like very little to no payout, because
Mm-hmm.
we mostly just used them to give away. And that kind of just was a way for us to learn how to do this. And then that showed us what we needed to know to do Kawaii K9s. And so when we did Kawaii K9s, we were like, well, Bull Run Bulldogs, there's some stuff that we learned. Let's try to apply that over here. Launched it, boom. It was going great until, of course, there's been a few hiccups along the way, some delays from time to time, different things that had come up. And so hopefully, as as now we know, some of the reveals aren't happening. And then there was some
Minted.
other.
Come on.
Okay. Well, guys, please hurry up.
I
But
mean, it is
there's
time.
I'm going, guys. I mean, I've had a few delays for the last couple of months. I mean, not trying to not trying to say hurry up, but hurry up, because we've had a few delays since November, and that kind of just stifled us. First, it was the wallet connect issue,
Mm-hmm.
because I know that most people use X wallet, and then they had changed the way the wallet connects, making it agnostic. So then they had to go through and change all that, and that took a while, and that actually delayed our 12 days of Christmas giveaway a few days. And then now, of course, reveals haven't been happening since mid-December, and that's just stagnating us because it's hard for me to be able to promote. See, I don't try to actively promote the Kawaii K9s because I don't want people to mint and them not be able to see their NFT. And so I hope that they eventually all mint out. I hope that the problems are worked out soon. But there again, I do have an alternative plan for that. But all those details will come out as time goes on. As far as Bull Bushido, we're now reaching our not end game because we don't plan on ever ending, but our next phase, which is this collection, and we're really looking forward to it. So we're hoping that people have fun with it. The card collection, I think a lot of people should like because it'll give you a physical representation, and only you as an NFT holder that holds all 47 will receive that. I thought that I could be a real, money grabber and say, hey, if you want the deck of cards, you can buy them, but you got to pay me like, $500. It's either 47 samurai or $500. But now it's, as far as I know, I mean, unless I have a huge box of them left when this is all said and done, I'm only going to order a set amount for the absolute maximum number of people I think would be able to complete this hurdle. And my guess right now is only about 50 people would be able to have a full set of 47 samurai, unless I drastically increase the number of samurais that we release. I really only think about 50 people would be able to do that. So that we're making it rare, but we are also doing it, setting us up for the next future collections, which would be, of course, this is the samurai. I won't say what other characters we have, but just think Japan, feudal Japan, and you'll have kind of an idea of what we're thinking of. And then
many things in my head about Japan.
just think about different types of warrior groups there may have been. And then we'll see. But there again, I am talking on Discord. If you do join our Discord, we do have different tiers of, groups that have collected, people that have collected. We do have a top tier group if you have at least 47 of the Kawaii K9s. And in that particular channel, I do springboard ideas off of those people because they're the most invested, to ask them their opinions on different things. So we will be talking about mint numbers, what should be the maximum number available. There again, they are each individual character. It will be named. It'll have, they'll all be identical. However, if they have the name, if they have a name, they will be identical going down that drop list. So there'll be like one of a set number. So let's say one of 50 or one of 100 you will have if you mint one of those characters. So say we did 100 of each character, there would be 4,700 total, and 700 of each virtue and 100 of each character. So that would be, and then the last virtue, of course, would only have 500, and only, that would be the set amount. They would still have the same number of characters in one of, 100 or one of whatever we ended up doing, but you would have a set number. So that's what we're kind of working on now. We do want to make it more rare, but we also want to make it more available to everyone because, I like the idea of being able to, I do believe that there will be more people coming in, and we do want to make it so that there is possible for more people to be joining the community, whether that be they have all 47 characters or they have, one from each virtue, whether, however that may end up being. We would like to make that a possibility. I just don't want to make it like, I don't want to make there be like 500 or 1,000 of each character because I want to make it more rare.
Yep.
So that's what we're trying to figure out now. We have a lot of brainstorming that we're doing, and Yeah, and actually, I just worked on a preview, a little snippet for a preview video last night. I'll just do that. It's just a little. It's just
Mm-hmm.
I was up late last night and I couldn't go to sleep, so I got out my computer and I'm just sitting there, and it's just not it's low quality, just a little preview, kind of a little bit of a preview video I did for today for you, and then also to post on Twitter and Discord, just to have some fun with it. So I'll send that over to you. It's just a little like 25-second video.
No, man, I think what I really like is that your roadmap also has been the same since you started. You always like wanted to do the Kawaii K9s, and now the Pit Bull Bushido collection with those cards. And this is also what your roadmap says. It's not promising 1,000 different things. I mean, it's really where you want to go and what you are doing, and also why the cards really got me excited. Now, I've bought so much crypto and NFTs, but really having something, it
Well,
gets me.
people like it's only natural that you have able to have something in your hand. I mean, for crying out loud, most people get into NFTs in crypto specifically. Why? Well, I think that the general reason why people get into crypto is to make real world money.
Yep.
Myself, the reason why I'm doing it is because I would eventually like to buy a house.
Yeah,
And
sure.
there's no way in the world I will
Yeah.
ever be able to buy a house unless I can make money this way. Because right now, like everybody else in the world, I'm killed by rent,
Mm-hmm.
by utilities.
Mm-hmm.
I have thousands of dollars every month that just go to just living expenses. If I could just myself have enough money to own something, to save myself out of my own pocket every month, out of my income, just that much money, just my rent, if I didn't have to pay
Yeah.
rent anymore, that would
The
make my
government,
life,
everything.
I mean, it would just make everything so much easier.
She ain't got no money, her clothes are kind of funny, her hair is kind of wild and free. Oh, for love, love.
So there's that. I think that's why I was thinking something physical. It's
Mm-hmm.
always good to have a physical representation. So the cards, what we'll do is, like I said, 47. If you collect all 47 of the samurai, this is what I said in the beginning, you will get the card set. Um, Depending on how many cards I order, how many books I order, how many sets I order, if we have some remaining, we might do some stuff in the future, like where you can order a specific card for an
Mm-hmm.
NFT that you have or something like that. Maybe that might be a possibility, but it's gonna be a lot of work. I know that. It's been a lot of work. Just staying around here. Nothing comes easy. Nothing's easy. Nothing. Everything in life that's worth doing will be difficult, and we have had our fair share of issues, both personally in our own personal lives, and then of course doing all this, we have had some hiccups along the way. But thankfully, here we are, and we're doing what we can.
And it couldn't be a better start also into 2023. I think I don't know, I've got high hopes for 2023 and all of that is coming. And also, what I want to say is that, again, about the merch, because as we just talked about the cards, I had the same feeling like the Flux Legacy watch. I also got myself because something really got me about some physical stuff, right? You're having the NFTs, and I really wanted to have something.
Gives you a connection.
Yeah, man.
You
And
have to have, because people like to have a community,
mhm,
and people like to feel like they're connected to something. So I thought maybe by having a card set, whether people decide to display them or just have the box, sitting on their
mhm,
desk and they can open them and thumb through them whenever they want. Um, like I'm trying to make sure that I always pick the best quality, because we are trying to do what we can to always do what we say we're going to do, whether that be my having to go and buy Kadena, enough Kadena to buy a KMC Mining Club NFT to give that
Hmm.
away when I didn't have the Kadena at the very beginning. Whether it be that to basically anything we do try to always make sure that we keep our word. Of course, there's always going to be people that are trying to cheat you or trying to, do different things, shady stuff in the background. But for us, we've we've wanted to be a place where we do our best to keep our word, and what we're working on. And while not over promising, like, I'm not
Yep.
promising to make anybody rich. I'm just saying, this is something fun that we could all do on the side. It's not going to cost you much money. If you buy them today, it's like what, $4. They in the future might be worth more. If you pay $4 for one today, it'll save you maybe $10 on one tomorrow.
Do not
So
forget that. Like
don't forget
actually,
that.
I
You
mean,
might.
if you're actually looking forward to playing the cards in future and getting all of that, you now still have the chance to get some Kawaii K9s and then get those Freemans. If you have also missed the Black Friday, I mean, this is your
Yeah,
chance. The
yeah,
link is
yeah. And
open.
I've been talking to, like, I did reach out. There's some stuff that I'm working on in the background as well, because I'm really wanting to make the card game something even, maybe even bigger than I possibly could
Hmm.
do on my own, by maybe even going through a larger group
Hmm.
to help with distribution of a mainline card game.
Hmm.
So there are things that we're working on that will we because some of the ideas that we have, I know they're good. Like, as far as the digital game, I know that, because I play video games myself. I mean, that's a hobby. I've played all different kinds of genre, but I prefer like Assassin's Creed and different kinds of RPGs like that, and of course online as well. But I have an idea for a game that I know deep down inside, I know would be popular. It's just a matter of being able to get to that point. So I try to be very careful who I share some of the information with, because, like I said, I don't want anybody stealing my idea, because I know it's good. I know it's a good idea. It's just a matter of being able to get to that point. And I'm not a very patient person. I do like to try to get everything done, in rapid succession, but you can't. You just have to take things as you can. So no massive promises. All I can say is that the card collect character cards. I'm not even going to say game, because, like I said, to build a game, it's going to take other collections over time. But character card, the first character card set, hopefully, if nothing goes wrong, will be sent out to the people who have 47 Samurai, end of 2023, sometime first half of 2024, in that time block, depending on how long it takes to have them made, when we have the funds to have them made, and then how long it would take me to set up a place here. Remember, I'm shipping them. Like, if I'm shipping them to you in
Hmm.
Germany, it's going to take you a while to get them. All of that will take time. And of course, the funds needed for shipping, for packaging, for all that. I'll be doing all that myself. I won't be paying anybody, and try to cut some corners there. So all of that being said, there's going to be a lot of stuff that'll be going on, and we're really excited about it. But we do know that there's going to be a lot of work too. So doing our best.
I mean, who wouldn't want those cards? I mean, they look awesome, and the samurais. This was like my first thought when I saw them. I didn't even know they are gonna be something with cards. I was like, damn, those holographic cards. This would be sick. And then I saw, oh, it's gonna be this. So,
Yeah, yeah. It
per-
was an idea that came to me. Just I was sitting there. I was like, what if we made them into an actual card? And then we started talking about that, and then we were like, okay. and then so I went to a geek store here. I think it's called Geek Out or something. And I went in there and they have a whole bunch of tables set up with a whole bunch of young, people younger than
Mm.
me, playing card games. And so I just went around and I just asked them, I said, okay, if I'm developing a card game, which cards should I try to channel or emulate? Not steal their ideas, but like what kind of card games do you guys like? So they were like Magic the Gathering, and all these different kinds of card games. And so they're bringing, and so they just brought all these cards and they laid them out on the counter,
Mm.
and I bought all of them. And then I came back to the house, and Christina and we sat down, we opened all the packages, and we studied each one. And I'm like, these are so crazy popular. And then like I take one and to see the core, I rip the core, I rip the card so I can check it out, checking the core, it's trying to see, because I'm also on there dealing with these people, like, what kind of paper core do you want? What kind of size do you want? And I'm like, even if I got the highest quality cards, it's only going to cost me this much money. I think that if we make these really cool, really good quality, even better quality than you can get from your average, character card, game, then
My local
I
character
think they
card.
would be popular. And thus the idea was born.
Well, beautiful idea. Now, you don't have a dev or something.
I don't. Now, that's one thing I might need to find a
Hmm.
pact or of course Marmalade dev. Yeah, we are looking for one to help us with possibly doing some contract work, and then also some other things in the future. And then of course developers for digital card games, or sorry, digital, not card game, because it wouldn't be a card game, but it's a strategy game, digital strategy game. There are some people that we are talking to, but nothing concrete yet. So trying to sort through all that at the moment.
Awesome. How is Q1 then gonna look like? Do you have any time frames for some things?
The
Or is it more
the
like,
time frame, the only thing that I can say for sure is that as of right now, the Bull Bushido will begin to launch in March. That's our target. We have the rest of this month and all of February to finalize with the launch pad, wherever that might be, get some details worked out, and hopefully have that sorted out. We we're talking to some individuals now to see about doing that. So all I can say is that the first Virtue should be coming out in March. As far as the card games, well, there's seven collections. If we do one collection or one Virtue a month, 7 months later, we'll reach the final set. So then just 7 months after that would be when we'd be finalizing the cards. So that's why I'm saying Christmas 2023 to just around New Year's or the first part of 2024 is when the cards should be going out, if all goes well, barring any delays. And then the digital game, if I had $20,000 today, I could probably go ahead and start laying some of that groundwork out. I'm thinking just like nothing too crazy. It would mostly be like iOS, Android, just a like app-based strategy game. But we would be incorporating into that, into the storyline, the NFTs, the characters, and then of course, in the actual game being played, some of the characters would be based on the characters found in the NFT collection. That being said, would it be a, would it be similar to what some of these other guys are doing right now? Like I've seen there's some really cool gaming projects being built on Kadena right now. Those gates, they're well beyond my ability. They are like next level. For us, it would probably most likely just be an app based game that would be connected to the project, but it would be its separate entity. I would not be able to handle
Mm-hmm.
the whole integration of NFTs and gaming. That's just not that is something that's beyond my ability. But what I do believe is that if we are eventually able to build a digital strategy game that incorporated elements from the NFTs, and then also as well, uh, basically was a storyline that went along with them. So kind of like a playable comic book, if you will,
Mm-hmm.
of sorts. Uh, you yourself would be a stakeholder in that by having one of the NFTs, basically, because you have hey, I have this character, I have these
Mm-hmm.
characters, I own them, you know, and but they are. This is them. They're kind of like your children. You adopted them, and then here they are in this game. So that's kind of like, where I'm going with it. It's not going to be anything too crazy. Like, like if you have this NFT, you're gonna have this character. Like, I love the way the clerics are doing their stuff, the wizards and all that. As I can just say, it's just me and Christina. It's just the two of us. I know I'm not going to be able to do that kind of stuff, but what I can do is we can do digital artwork, we can do the character cards, and then of course we would like to eventually make a strategy game incorporating all these elements together. But I'm just going to say that's that. I can't promise much more than that because that's just where we're at today.
So first, I gotta say, if you don't have a wizard yet, feel free to get yourself one. And second
I
thing,
mentioned 3.
also, I mean, the floor, dude, they are doing great. Floors going up, tournaments, and all of that. Check them out. But what I just wanted to say is, for example, Wizards Arena or the other devs are sure down to help, especially because we see a lot of gaming coming right now, and also, I mean, the arcade. There's so many games coming to the arcade, and I bet mini games and so many things
Mhm.
could be done. Also until the game and everything launches. Um, I mean, I'm sure there's a chance
I
to.
think that's what also part of the reason why the game I have on the roadmap is 2024 and
Mhm,
beyond is because I want to watch and see how things come out over the
mhm.
next year or two, because it may be I think it's like on Flux they announced that you can stream your own, um, as
Yeah,
opposed to
I saw
streaming on YouTube.
yesterday.
I saw that. I
Yeah.
was like, that's 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 good, and that's also way earlier than I thought that would be available. So there might be a way that might be able to happen sooner than even I can think.
Mhm,
Um, but what I do know for now is that basically we're in the phase of um, hopefully get the Kawaii K9s minted out. We are still have about 60% left, so just over half. If we can mint out the rest of the collection, that really will help us with um, funds for the different things that we have planned. Of course, one last thing, and I know we're kind of going a little long here. Sorry to hold you, but um,
no, you're good.
we are planning a 1,000 KDA giveaway. Uh, if and when, I would say when, but I always know there's the potential that things may not work out. But if and when the Kawaii K9s mint out, in addition to the remaining bounties that equal out to about 350 Kadena, we are planning a 1,000 KDA giveaway where it would be 500 to one winner
Mhm,
and 50 each to 10. So that would be a random drawing of the NFTs. So the more NFTs you hold, the greater your chances of winning. But we would just be doing it like a random number generator, and we'll just pick, random number, and then just send that wallet the winnings. Hopefully they'll know what's going on. Uh, hopefully they're on Twitter and Discord, so they know why they just got a deposit of 500 Kadena into their wallet. But you know, that's the
Better
plan.
deposited than withdrawn.
Yeah. Well, you know, as long as hey, look, if it's their NFT, if they're holding the NFT, they won. That's all I
Uh,
can say. But
um,
that's the plan. That's the plan for Mintout. So if you're interested in, you know, taking a chance at 500 Kadena, well, you know, each NFT is 1/1500 chances. You have better odds than winning a raffle. Uh,
yep. And if
but
you want, you can hop over onto the Mint site maybe to show it once. I think you've got a button for that
oh,
on
yes, let
which was
me
added,
actually go ahead and open that.
because I've seen that at
Uh,
the beginning and I was like, ah, awesome.
yes. Oh, on our story, I have that. I also have it linked throughout.
Yeah, perfect.
Redirecting here. So let me bring this up for you. So here we are at Mintit. This is, it's wanting to reload here. This is the site now where you can mint them. As you can see, 1,500 total. We have 921 remaining. As you scroll through, of course, you can see some of the collection here. Unfortunately, I believe it's around here. It takes a second to load. Yeah. Yeah, around here, this is where the reveals have stopped happening. This has been going on for several weeks now, so hopefully that is squared away soon. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so that's where we're at, and as soon as we're at 542, I guess, right there, because of course these had come
Yep.
out earlier, and then it shifted and changed where it was minting from. So that's where we're at Minted. I'm hoping that some things get sorted out soon with the reveals and everything. We'll know about that.
Yeah, guys, if you want Minted to reveal, hit them up on Twitter, go into the Discord. I mean, we need those reveals now. We've been waiting at least an answer
Unfortunately,
or something, so we know. Because
unfortunately, I have not been able to get the answer yet as far as when that's going to be happening. But hopefully soon. Hopefully soon.
yeah, man, where should people follow you? I mean, you mentioned Discord and what was it? Discord and Twitter.
Yes, let me go ahead and get this up for you here. All right, so if you do want to follow us on our social media, we are most active right now on Twitter. I actually did submit for my blue check mark. So the Kawaii K9s will have their blue check mark on Twitter soon.
Let's
But
go.
if you do, yeah, I know. I figured, hey, look, if I'm going to be trying to have at least the air of, you know, legitimacy, I'm trying. Might as well get my blue check mark, whether I'm paying for it or not.
It's Tim
But
Kadena.
yeah. So mostly Discord and Twitter. These are two. If you go just to our website, and then on the landing page or on the roadmap page, you will see this PDF file. It just loads into the screen. All the links are active, so you can just click the link to Discord, click the link to Twitter, or here or here. Also, on our website, you'll see at the bottom of every page, there's our social media logos. You know, there's Twitter. Then you'll see Kawaii K9s and Angel Doggos. Those are links to the Mint pages, an email link, and then, of course, a Discord invite link. So if you can click any one of those, it'll take you to where you need to go for that. And yeah, that's how you can get onto our social media, mostly just Twitter and Discord at this moment. We do have a Telegram group, which is dead. I don't really like Telegram anyway, but I think there's like
I like
50 people
Discord
in.
more.
Yeah, Discord's okay. Yeah, I will admit it did take me a while to want to get a Discord because I've never used it before. It's just on and off, but you know, the
Awesome,
need
man.
arose, so here we are.
Awesome, man. Well, at the end, what just popped into my head, if you want one question, it's let's say, Kadena pop quiz. So, what do you call a trillionth of one Kadena? So, just like Bitcoin and sats, what is it for
Hmm,
Kadena? I learned it today,
I don't
thanks to
know.
Thanos.
I do
If I'm
not
not
know.
wrong,
Let's.
it is a hop, which I hope I didn't get that wrong now. So this this would be shameful. No, but I think
Your
it's
the dust in your account.
no, but it should be hop. Awesome, man, Matthew. But thank you for joining. I also think hope Christina is doing well again. Um, and whenever you get some more updates, some more info, or some more news, I'm happy to have you on here. And I
Well,
am
thanks. No, I appreciate that. And hey, it's good being here, and we're glad we can share as much as we can. And we do have some other stuff coming out soon. And as soon as I have some stuff that's in concrete details, I'll be putting some more information out for the launches. But as of today, that's where we stand.
thank you everybody for watching. I hope y'all have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. See ya.
All right. Thanks, Noah. Have a good rest of your evening.